We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel, for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee.
Hello there, my name is Jadne, and welcome to the Silverscreen Cafe. This is something that I've been trying to do and get off the ground for a little bit now, but I finally put some stuff together, and I am here today with one of my very close friends, Jonk Fonk. Studio audience, go for it. Woo!
Hi.
So, as Joey from Friends would say, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Basically, this is going to be something where, like, each episode I'm going to be getting one of my friends, and we're going to be just talking about a movie, whether it's a favorite movie or just one they like a lot. And today, if you don't see the poster over there right behind him,
This one right here.
yeah, or this one right here, we're going to be talking about The Godfather. So, you know The Godfather.
I do.
Yeah, he knows The Godfather. He has a poster of it in his room. So, it is one of, if you look up the greatest movies of all time, in less than a minute, you will find The Godfather in, like, the top 5. It's usually with, like, Citizen Kane.
It's top 2. I looked it up.
Top 2?
Yeah.
I like, on any
I don't know what number 1 is. Probably like.
Citizen Kane.
Why is the old movies the best? They're just boring. When they all talk like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they all have the transatlantic accents.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, all the older movies, they're just, I guess, a lot of them are just technological achievements and just stuff that people have never seen before. Like, I tried watching The Godfather, like, 2 times before I actually watched it. I got through the first half hour, and then I gave up. The first time I was watching it, I was cleaning my room. That was, like, a couple years ago. And then I tried watching it again just, like, a few months ago, and I only got to the same amount. And then I finally, when I first got my braces, I sat down and watched it, and I watched it all the way through because I felt terrible. Everything hurt. And unpopular opinion, it's a pretty good movie.
I wouldn't say that that's unpopular.
Oh, no, it is very unpopular. Not a single person on the planet has said The Godfather is a good movie. Fun fact, top 2 means bad movie.
No?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just joking. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. Most people who've seen the movie think it's a great movie. Like, you think it's a great movie, right?
I think it's my favorite.
Of all time?
Yeah. I mean, it's up there with, like, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Good Will Hunting's really good.
Yeah. Those are my 2 favorites.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched it enough to say it's, like, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
both exceptionally long.
Good Will Hunting's not that long.
I mean, but if you look at the watch time, 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. It's
you know
only
what I mean?
2 hours compared to this. It was 2 hours and, like, what, 55 minutes? Yeah, 2 hours and 56 minutes. We have it pulled up on the dual monitor, or triple monitor. I couldn't find the word. Like I said, I haven't seen it enough to say it's one of my favorites, but it is. I definitely think that it is one of the greatest, of all time. Personally, I think the greatest probably is 2001: A Space Odyssey, at least from a technical standpoint.
That was number 1.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much a perfect movie as a movie, but
it always seemed too scary to me.
Yeah, it is.
I
very
never.
unsettling.
I don't know. I don't like. I like Stanley Kubrick's movies. My great grandfather, who was an actor, pull him up on the green screen right here, was in a Stanley Kubrick movie, one of his first ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Paths of Glory? The Killing?
The Killing.
The Killing?
Yeah, he was in The
I
Killing.
seen that. Who'd he play?
The bad guy.
I watched it at like a breakfast diner where we were having
Oh,
breakfast. So.
He played this gangster guy.
Oh,
Uh,
very relevant to today's video.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. And he played the big bad guy. That's
Oh.
who he played.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you who that was, but
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
You're welcome.
your heritage has got a relationship with Stanley Kubrick. That's awesome.
I don't though.
But your grandpa does. There's a link.
Not anymore.
All right. So as a genre, the gangster movie is I really like it. The only thing that stops me from watching all like the big ones, just they're so long.
That's I don't like that.
Okay. Yeah. It like all three Godfather movies are about or longer than 3 hours. The second one is it's like 3 hours and 20
Number
minutes.
3, I didn't get around to watch it. It
Oh, me
was
neither.
Boring.
You've never seen it?
I've heard no.
Yeah, no.
All I've heard is that it's a single, just like all about Michael, and then they literally spoil what happens in the title. Of the
Oh
movie.
yeah, there's a cut that's like the death of Michael Corleone. I like really?
Yeah. And newsflash, spoiler alert, he dies.
Whoa, that's like Wicked, where they're like Wicked Witch of the West. The original book of Wicked is called The Life and Times, or The Life and Death of Wicked Witch of the West, I think, and they don't kill her. You know how she's like, I'm melting.
There's this one book that we read in 8th grade. My Brother Sam is Dead. Do you remember that one? And it was talking about like from the point of view of Sam's brother.
Yeah.
And he hasn't seen Sam, but at the end it was seeming like it was just like a ironic thing that he doesn't die. Nope, he died.
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and then so someone when in my class, someone was like so what happens at the end? And I think or this other kid yelled out. I don't remember what happened. I just remember the other kid taking the blame. I just hope my English teacher doesn't watch this. But yeah, we're years removed from that. So, but yeah, basically we yelled, Sam dies.
'Cause he does.
Yeah, it's in the name. Spoiler alert.
I hate books like that and movies like that. It's always the worst because that makes you just not want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Because usually what happens when you watch it is they do die, but there's no like, it's not like anticlimactic at all. You know what happens. It doesn't make it feel any better, you know?
Yeah. In The Godfather, he's a Godfather. Sorry, spoilers. Marlon Brando plays the Godfather in The Godfather.
I haven't even seen The Godfather.
Ah, shucks, man. Nuts. Now, what are we going to do now? What are we going to talk about for... What's funny is that you could probably watch this episode. I don't know how long this is going to be, but you could probably watch like this 3 times before you be able to finish the second Godfather movie.
Probably 7.
Yeah. The Godfather Part 2 is ridiculously long. I got about 2 hours and 27 minutes in. I took a screenshot just to make sure, but
That's very specific.
well, any time is specific. Like if you say 4 o'clock, that's still specific time.
No,
Yeah.
AM or PM.
That's a very unspecific time, actually. All right, but yeah, the first Godfather by far is so much better than the second one.
Yeah.
I don't I see on lists currently Godfather Part 2 is rated higher on Letterboxd than the first Godfather.
It shouldn't be though.
No,
It was boring. It's very boring.
Yeah, and the best part is the stuff with Vito Corleone.
And finishing the movie.
I haven't even
Because
gotten
then
that part
after
yet.
you'll see.
Okay.
After you finish the movie, you're gonna be like, oh, finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I felt after I watched The Irishman a few years ago.
And the problem is because I watched the second Godfather, and when I finished the movie, what happened was, I didn't remember anything from how long it was.
Yeah.
So I had to watch it over again.
And another issue is that I swear to God, they talk so quietly in that movie.
Yeah.
And
They're like, I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
the intense kiss that Al Pacino gives his brother. That's out of context, but
Not his actual brother.
it's Fredo. So speaking of which, okay. So
Did he kiss him on the forehead or did he kiss him on the mouth?
no, first I think he kissed him on the cheek, and then he said the famous line that's like, you go to Regal's, like, do you see movies at Regal? You know the scene where little pre-show thing where they're saying all the lines?
Or like that one part in, did you see Jack and Jill?
No.
No, the one with Adam Sandler?
Absolutely
Okay,
not. But I saw the Razzle commentary.
So there's this end scene of this Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
Oh my God.
And they come out with a new drink called the Dunkachino. It's just a cappuccino from Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my God.
And who better to advertise it than Al Pacino? And then what happens is everybody walks in. He's like, wow, Al Pacino. It's not Al anymore. It's a Dunkachino. And then they hand him the coffee. Don't mind if I do. And they just break out into like a dance number. What's my name? Dunkachino. Got a whole new game like that. and then he's like, they pulled me back in with hazelnut too. Caramel swirl. I knew it was you.
The fact you know all of that by heart.
I have a video. I'll show you after.
Okay.
I did a whole acapella for that song. Everyone wants my Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino. Kids from 7 to 17 lining up for my Dunkachino. What's my name?
Dunkachino?
A dunka.
Okay. So, okay. Speaking of the Dunkachino, by far the best part of The Godfather, at least the second one, was Al Pacino.
Yeah.
He because I saw Scarface before I saw The Godfather, and so when I thought of Al Pacino, it was Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, that one. He shows a lot of range. He played what was it? Tony Montana?
Yeah.
And Michael Corleone. And those are like two polar opposites. Michael Corleone is very, I guess, reserved and quiet. But yeah, in Scarface, Tony Montana, he's very like not energetic, but he's very just loud, and I guess he gets to be more like out there. I don't know how to explain it. He's more alive, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like in The Godfather, he's very quiet and put back. And it's very interesting to see him.
War hero.
Yeah. Especially
World War II.
Especially seeing, I did not know what The Godfather was about. I did not know that it was his descent into just, I guess, the dark side.
I did.
So it was really interesting seeing that. Like, I thought Vito Corleone was the main character. And though he kind of is, Michael Corleone is the core of the Godfather story.
In the beginning, here's how I would break it down. Beginning, Michael. In the middle, Sonny. And then, in the beginning, Vito.
Yes.
In the middle, Sonny. Until he dies. And then Michael. Throughout the whole rest.
Yeah. Michael Corleone, the ending of the movie, it just ends. It ends like the Jordan Peele movies where it just ends at the point.
Yeah.
I was so... I sat there in awe for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just like...
And the ending, too, when the kid's getting baptized. And then...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I really like that part.
Yeah.
Especially the dude getting the massage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like seeing... I think I probably like seeing Michael Corleone Is it Corleone or Corleone?
Uh,
They say Corleone in the movie.
Corleone is the family name. Corleone is the city in Sicily.
I think what I like about the first one that I think the second one was missing, maybe Vito, but seeing Michael Corleone descend from being this really good person to a really not, I wouldn't say he's full evil at the by the end.
I don't actually think throughout it, even though he's like, you know.
Yeah, a World War II veteran.
No, not Michael.
Vito?
Vito.
Yeah.
He was never evil throughout all of it. Does that make sense? Like, he was evil, but
He still cared like about his family.
I would say in the beginning of him, when he starts to become the Godfather, he's not evil, but while he's becoming it, he is. You know what I mean?
Yes. As soon as, like, I didn't finish Godfather Part 2, I think I still have, like, an hour left, and I'm 2.5 hours in.
Yeah.
But, that's ridiculous. But, I just, especially with Michael Corleone's story, I heard that's better because it's, like, following up what's happening. Since there was a path as soon as you saw and got, like, as soon as you finally understood where they were going with this, you start to invest yourself and engage more. The second one, he's already had that turning point, and so we're just watching him after that, and he
actually starts to go more downhill.
Yeah, but I don't. For me, it wasn't as compelling, or it isn't as compelling because we've already seen him go downhill, so it's not as effective, or not effective. It's not as just like it didn't affect. I guess it didn't affect me or as much as it did in the first one. But maybe we should start talking about the movie as a whole.
Fun fact: Corleone means heart of a lion.
Italian?
Yeah, I learned that in the show that they made about it.
Oh, The Offer?
Yeah.
Is that worth a watch?
I'd say so. It's a pretty good show.
Didn't they have like actual like mafia people on the set of The Godfather?
Oh yeah, they weren't gonna let it be made. The producer became friends with like the head guy.
Isn't that's kind of like what happened in the movie, but I wouldn't say friends. No.
Also.
Yeah. What's up? Like your Capri Sun?
Yeah. Have you heard the symbolism of the color orange in the movie?
No.
Every time orange shows up, and you can watch it too, because it's like when you rewatch The Godfather, every time orange shows up, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So this is what happens.
It's like tension.
So, in the beginning, right? Like, you know how the light's always a little bit orange tinted?
Yeah.
The movie starts off with, like, Vito being, like, tinted orange, too, you know? Which means something's gonna happen to Vito. And then, you go to the part where he gets shot, and you see what goes down first is the oranges. Like, he's shopping. And then when they go get him, he has to run and a ton of oranges fall. And he gets shot, you know? Plus the flowers, I think, in his hospital room are orange, too. And then what happens is... But also, too, before they go back, because you know how they were talking about getting into the business, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He was wearing an orange tie. And the reason why they shot him is because he didn't want to, but Sonny did.
Wait a minute. When he was playing with his, what was it, godson or grandson or whatever, was that in an orange grove?
Tomato. But he cut the orange and put it in his mouth to chase him.
My God, that's right.
And then what happened was,
oh my God,
there were like what's his name?
Sonny.
Sonny went like to go, and there was also, I think, oranges might have been on the table. Then when Sonny left, he got killed. You know? And then...
Damn.
And then at the end, when Vito dies, he has an orange in his mouth. And there's still a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more orange.
Yeah. That's crazy. I never realized that.
Yeah.
I just presumed that since it was a darker color, like a lot of the darker stuff happens in the movie. It's a lot darker. A lot of the movie takes place around sunset.
Yeah, and also the thing is oh yeah, and in when the car blows up in Sicily, a lot of the scenery is very orange.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me.
Fire's orange.
Yeah, a lot of the movie reminds me a lot of like the coloring reminds me a lot of Breaking Bad when they go to Mexico.
Yeah.
It's probably a different reason, but like what I like is that they use a lot of warmer colors, but usually warmer colors gives like a more autumn-y feel, but instead they kind of just like extend in, like, I don't want to say milk, but they kind of like accentuate, is that a word? They kind of just like
I don't know.
They take it and make it more summer feeling. Like,
they
make it just warmer, and they don't make it as comfortable. Because there's always, since it's never just orange, there's a lot of darker colors.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of black.
Yeah. In the beginning, too, why it starts out and the tint on the thing is orange, you know, to show that throughout the movie, even as it starts, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie. And when the horse's head is there, his bed sheets are orange.
Oh, that's right.
And on the table when what's his name? Tom Hagen is having dinner with a dude. Orange. When throughout the whole baptism part, camera's tinted orange, you could see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really... Especially, like,
lions are orange. Traffic cones. Danger.
You say lions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Particularly the ones found in the savannah.
Yeah. So, like, under the circumstance I watched this movie was that I was listening to Ear Biscuits, the Rhett and Link podcast, which kind of gave me the spiritual go-to
inclination.
The inclination to start trying to do this. And they were doing like their top 10 favorite movies of all time, and they talked about The Godfather. And listening to it, I finally decided, that's when I decided to give it a try. And one of the words they used was epic. And I didn't understand that until I finished it and realized epic movies, like, or just epic stories in general, the scale of it, even if of course these movies' scales are big, but the epicness is how vast and just and vast the story, and like how long it is, and the amount of time, because it takes place over a long period of time. Seeing having it go through, because it's like, it's not a decade, but it's like at least 5 years or something.
Oh, it's more.
Yeah, it's like watching his descent. It takes a long time, and that's the epicness of it. It's not the scale, because it's in New York City. It's in these houses. It is the story and the characters in just the time frame. And the 3-hour runtime doesn't always mean epic. But, yeah, it does. Most of the time, it's epic. I mean, I wouldn't say Wolf of Wall Street's epic.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. I now understand what they mean by epic, and especially crime epic. This is a perfect example of that, and I now understand why it's considered an epic, because, like, see it's a crime drama.
Yeah, and do you know what epic means?
Cool. I don't know, but like
big
really,
story.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, you know.
I thought
that takes place over a long period of time.
Yeah. I thought, like, when I think of epic, I think of like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's considered one.
Yeah, I don't I haven't watched I've only seen Fellowship of the Ring, and I made a mistake of watching the extended edition. I could not follow what was going on, like, at all.
I've seen The Hobbit.
Oh, I haven't.
That's the only Lord of the Rings I've seen. I've never been interested in, like, fantasy stuff.
Yeah. Like, another epic, I don't know if you saw it, Babylon? No? That's a really good, it's really long, really weird, and kind of dark at some points. But yeah, I think I definitely would consider Godfather a epic crime.
Yeah.
Or epic movie in general.
The epic movie.
Yeah. I mean, would you consider Titanic?
No.
No? Well, it's huge scale.
It's a huge scale, but that just because it's huge doesn't make it epic. You know, I wouldn't consider that, because the thing is about Titanic is there's no real big thing that happens other than it crashing.
Well,
I'd say the ending would be something out of an epic.
Well, see, the thing is,
it's not an epic movie.
Well, Titanic is the ending. The epic part is that the ship crashing is 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, but also they could do so much more with it.
I guess.
You know?
It was
It did not need to take 45 minutes, and 10 of that is just them hanging up telling how much they love each other. That's kind of... you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a melodrama.
Yeah, let's talk about the movie now.
Oh, yeah, The Godfather. Let's go back to that. It's directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Came out in 1972.
It's 2 minutes 55.
Yeah,
it's 2 hours 55 minutes.
Yeah.
There is 1, 2, and 3. Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, Godfather Coda, or Part 3, Death of Michael Corleone.
Yeah. Spoilers.
We
already did that bit, yeah.
Did you know that, what's his name?
Probably not.
Michael's sister in it? Talia Shire?
Like Cat or something? Okay. Kitty?
Connie.
Connie, sure.
Her. Talia Shire.
Oh, yes. Is she the one with the abusive boyfriend?
Husband, yeah.
Oh, husband,
And that's actually Francis Ford Coppola's sister. And, do you know Jason Schwartzman?
Yes.
That's his mom.
Oh!
And Nicolas Cage is Francis Ford Coppola's nephew.
Yeah, I knew that.
And so is Jason Schwartzman. Jason Schwartzman.
So that means Nick Cage and Jason Schwartzman are related?
His name's Nick Coppola.
Nicholas Coppola. Yeah. Didn't he name himself after Luke Cage?
The superhero?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, I think that's what Nick Cage said.
I like Luke Cage.
I think
that's what my
the
name
bees. The bees.
And you know Diane Keaton? What's his name? Her name?
Yeah.
Michael's wife.
Yeah.
You know Michael Keaton?
No way.
They're not related.
Oh, okay.
But he made his last name Keaton because he had a crush on her when he was little.
Good for him.
It's valid.
Yeah, I love Michael Keaton.
I do too.
Haven't seen Batman, but what was he in? What was he in that was like really popular?
Batman 2. Penguin.
That's the name.
Beetlejuice. The Founder. Birdman.
Keep going. Yeah, that was it. I love Birdman.
I like when he gets hit on the head with the toaster. It was like
I love it when him and Edward Norton fight in their underwear.
And when he's around Central Park.
Yeah. You know what I also love? The Godfather.
Me too. Want to know something crazy about Birdman? I've never watched it. But you thought I did.
I think he does get hit in the head with the toaster.
I know he does. Misdirection. Okay. Godfather.
Okay. So this is the issue. There's like it's difficult to find a place to start with this. Like, because we pretty much said like all the main points.
Which character do you relate with the most?
I don't really relate with any of them. Michael probably because he's the main character and we get the most like details on him. How about you?
I see myself as Sonny.
Because you're blonde.
And I have
Vaughn?
anger issues.
Oh, okay. Me too. Yeah.
I broke my door.
Yeah. Yeah. After watching this, after watching The Godfather and watching Misery, I can't watch Elf the same again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's James Caan is such a good actor.
He was in another Christmas movie too.
Yeah, he went from like Misery. I for some reason
That one was a really good movie. I like that.
I'm on the minority. I think that's kind of more of a comedy than a thriller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you've watched the book, if you've read the
you
book,
read the book?
I haven't, but I know what happens.
Yeah.
He actually dies.
No, that's not what happened.
No?
I've read the book.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought she dies, she skins him, and then makes the cover of the book his skin.
No, that is not what happens in the book, but that was probably like a...
Oh, that's what was going to happen in the movie.
Probably.
I don't know.
I think
heard
that
that
was,
somewhere.
Yeah, I think that was probably an alternative ending, or maybe like
Yeah,
when he wrote it as a short
yeah.
story or something. Because I think it was meant to be like a short story, and then he just kept going. What happens is that instead of him getting hobbled, like with the jack or the hammer, he gets his foot cut off. She cuts his foot off, and then torches it back together, and later the book is a lot more gorier than the movie.
Does it work after she torches it?
Well, it's just a nub.
Oh.
So he just got a nub. Oh my god. He just got a nub for a foot. And then, like, his
Lol.
foot, he put, like, the way Stephen King describes it is, like, it smells like a pig cooking at, like, a Maui barbecue or something.
That kind of sounds good.
All right, let me get the actual but yeah, it's just seeing James Caan. I've known him from Elf. I grew up with him in Elf. Seeing him in such a role like this it's kind of jarring, especially because I saw Elf, Misery, and then this. And I think this was probably the first. This was the first out of all of those. Yeah, because Misery was in the 90s.
No.
Yeah, Misery was 1990.
Yeah, but Godfather was 1970.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean the first?
This movie came out before all of before Misery and Elf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So seeing him younger was great, and I wasn't expecting him. For some reason, I kind of forgot he was in this. I did not know that Sonny dies. So that was a shock. And
I like when, like, I don't know how he even had the function to get shot like a ton of times, get out of his car, get more shot, and then fall down and then get kicked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm honestly disappointed. I wish he didn't die, because I wish he was in the other two.
I think that it's better that he died. Because if he didn't, Michael would have never became the Godfather.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it was all about revenge for that, right?
Yeah, and also, Michael probably there would not have been a Godfather Part 2. Also, Jimmy Caan was...
Rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah, he was supposed to...
Great man.
He was supposed to play Michael.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They kicked out Al Pacino like 3 times.
Yeah, because I remember I saw an interview of Francis Ford Coppola. Apparently they didn't want Al Pacino in there.
Yeah, no.
That's so crazy.
And then
I can't imagine anyone but Al Pacino.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they imagined Jimmy Caan.
They
also wanted to replace Marlon Brando.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Probably because it's so iconic.
So iconic that you can't see anybody else.
Exactly. Like you can't, like, you can't remake this.
You can, it just wouldn't be very good.
But you can't, because the movie itself, though it's a great movie because of what makes it up.
Yeah.
The actors, the writing, if you use the same screenplay and got different actors, no one can bring it together, because it's not anyone or anything individually. It is all of it together.
Yeah. Imagine how easy it is to remake movies.
So easy.
Right?
The difficulty,
like, you don't even need to write another script.
The difficulty is remaking the movie good.
Yeah.
That's the difficult part.
Like the second Carrie movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It's okay.
That's the one with Chloe Grace Moretz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
And I can't think of another one.
There was one remake that was
They remade the Hulk a few times.
Yeah.
None of them were good.
Yeah. It's very like, what is it? Far and in between, or
Yeah.
far in between. Anyway, it's difficult to find a remake, and there's just like, this movie is a collection of fantastic ideas merged together to make a fantastic movie. It's not just one thing.
Yeah, and you know how a lot of people say usually the sequels are better than the first movies? About a lot of movies like The Godfather?
Yeah.
People say that about a lot of movies, and then you watch it and they're always wrong.
Yeah, or it's the original's better than the sequel, and when they say the original's better than the sequel, they're usually wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Empire Strikes Back is better than A New Hope. I think Empire Strikes Back is a better movie. I prefer The New Hope. Or A New Hope.
Yeah, I honestly, and I might be biased saying this, but like, the one where Darth Vader dies?
Oh, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite.
Fair enough. That was my favorite when I was a kid. Not a kid. When I was
same
younger.
goes with Indiana Jones. Honestly, Raiders of the Lost Ark, great. I've always liked Temple of Doom more. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up with that movie more than any of the other ones.
Yeah,
I would say it goes Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark, the one with Sean Connery.
Yeah, Last Crusade.
Yeah, Last Crusade, and then all the rest.
Yeah. Did you see Dial of Destiny?
Not yet. Is it good?
No. But I'm interested to see what you think. The thing is, Temple of Doom has probably the best Indiana Jones scene. The minecart scene is the best Indiana Jones scene.
Yeah.
By far. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies, and in my opinion, it's a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
I
think it's
Temple of Doom. Also, what's her face? The love interest in that, Willie, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
So annoying.
I used to have a crush on her. I don't know why.
No,
that's
in
Steven
Temple of Doom.
Spielberg's wife, right?
I think so, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember someone got a divorce, and that's why they wrote her like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Marion, fantastic. I'm glad she's back. Or she was back in Kingdom of the Crystal. Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, there are some circumstances where the sequel is better. There are some circumstances where the original is better. By far, The Godfather, the original is better.
Have you seen Scrooged?
No, I have not.
Marion's in it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah. Secondary.
He played Garfield.
Yeah, he was also in Zombieland. Wait. Have you not seen Zombieland?
I have.
Okay. Yeah, he was
Think
in
about
Zombieland.
it. You want to know
In
something
Zombieland
crazy?
2.
I figured this out. Bill Murray played what's his name? Venkman in the Ghostbusters. Right?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And then
I thought Bateman was the tall, brunette, hot one with the glasses.
that's Egon.
Okay, that's my favorite. But yeah, Bateman.
I like Egon too.
Yeah.
I get to be Egon for Halloween though.
No. I get to be Egon.
I get to be Egon. I'm the tall.
I think we're referencing Stranger Things wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Venkman.
Yeah, but Bill Murray played Venkman in the live action one
Yes.
and Garfield, and I just figured this out. Okay, now this guy, I think his name was Lorenzo Music,
Okay.
played Garfield in the cartoon
Uh-huh.
and played Venkman in the cartoon.
Oh!
How crazy is that? Until he died. Yeah, Lorenzo Music.
All right.
His last name was Music. That's such a cool name.
All right, Jack Music.
I don't like that.
Jaden Music. Nah, it doesn't flow. Yeah.
Not as well as Lorenzo.
Yeah. But I think it's so difficult to talk about this movie because everything that we can say has been said.
Yeah.
Because it has
We
its
could say it again. It just would
Yeah,
be
we
boring.
can say it again. But it has its classic status for a reason, and I don't know if I like it better than 2001. I like it better than 2001.
I take back what I said. It's not my favorite movie, but it is up there.
Yo, by far. I
Yeah.
haven't watched enough to be able to place it in a ranking. I don't even know how to rank my
Do you
top 10
remember that
favorite
Planet
movies.
51 movie?
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Get out. Yeah.
Just kidding. Mars Has Moms was better.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Polar Express kind of slaps, but
right?
but they're yeah. I don't know how to talk of. I don't know how to rank my favorite movies. Like I got my top 5.
I got
don't
my
know-
top 5.
What's your top 5?
Okay. 5. No, I gotta go from 1. I'd say 1. Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
I have a soft spot for that.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Then Godfather.
Don't worry, it happens. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh God!
It's not your fault. Say it with me. It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
Not my fault.
It's not your fault.
And then I'd say number 3 is this. I like animated movies better.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I understand that.
I'd say number 3, probably Kronk's New Groove.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then Goodfellas. And then a Goofy movie.
I've never seen a Goofy movie. Or Kronk's New Groove.
They're one of the greatest movies of all time, I could tell you that.
Yo, how did you teleport from there to there? That's flipping magic, bro.
I'm flipping magic. Upside down.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
Whoa.
What's your 5 favorite movies?
Okay.
Better be a Kronk's New Groove.
Going down from the top, I recently just rewatched La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'd get asked that question, it would be The Shining. But
Shining's really good.
The Shining is fantastic. I think that is a perfect movie. But after watching La La Land this past time, for a long haul, probably The Shining. But let's just say currently, La La Land is my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that means like The Shining. I don't want to like cop out and be like it's tied.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that means The Shining is number 2. 3 is probably Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. 4. Oh, this one's difficult. Probably, if I'm being like, probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm. For being frank.
That's
Benjamin Franklin.
If I'm being Benjamin Frank right now, if I'm being that $100, if I'm being that $100 bill right now, if I'm being that,
Smells like beef franks. Tastes like it too.
yeah, it smells like when Paul Sheldon got his leg cut off and they were torching.
Oh, that's what it smells like.
Yeah. 5 probably Knives Out.
Knives Out's pretty good.
I love Knives Out.
Yeah, not the second one.
The second one's good. I mean, it's not as good.
It's not.
I like the God. Okay. I personally, now what do you think is like the greatest movies of all time? Like, not your favorite.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the greatest. I think, like I said, 2001, The Shining. Also, I still think Whiplash is a better movie than La La Land. La La Land is just my favorite.
I'd say greatest that I've watched. Godfather. At number 1, because I haven't seen as many as you have. Probably number 2. I would say great movie. I really like Scarface as a movie.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to think about this.
Mm.
When you think about like greatest movies, ones that are like,
do I have to have watched those movies?
I
Because I could pick great movies.
Yeah, there are movies that I haven't seen that like I can see why they're the best movies of all time. Like Citizen Kane. I have tried to watch Citizen
Casablanca.
Kane. I've tried to watch that too. That is so boring. I swear.
But it's considered one of the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know how.
To Kill a Mockingbird. When I watched it as a movie, because I know it's based off a book, but as a movie, when I watched it,
like before you read the book.
Yeah. When I watched it, it was like it was, even though it was an old, slow-paced movie,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah. First time I watched it was in an English class.
Yeah.
I think the book is better. I think the movie kind of missed the point of the book, but I think, especially the court scene.
I really like Greg Peck as an actor. He's really good.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of like court, 12 Angry Men. Have you seen 12 Angry Men?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie.
I think I have.
It's very slow. It's all like
I like
one
court
room.
movies. And that one with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson when he's defending him. I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
Ones that like aren't really brought up, but like I kind of consider them. Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The first one, which is the only good Jurassic Park movie.
After that, it just got really bad.
Yeah, there has never been a good Jurassic Park sequel. Jurassic World is entertaining, but it's not good.
A Time to Kill.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That's a really good one.
Is the poster like black with like the letters all like want?
I don't know. It's Matthew McConaughey and he's a lawyer, and he's defending, what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I haven't.
It's really good. You should watch it. And as a court movie too, A Few Good Men.
Oh, I haven't watched that one. Is that the You Can't Handle the Truth?
Yeah. And Top Gun. That's not a court movie, but I like it.
I wouldn't say it's one of the best.
I wouldn't say it's the best, but I like it.
Yeah, I think Top Gun Maverick's better.
Jerry Maguire.
I think I've seen it.
And
what else? I just had a movie. Tip my tongue. A lot of Kubrick movies are some of the best. Martin Scorsese movies, he has
a few.
I think he has a lot, but he also just has a lot of his movies just blend together because a lot of them are the same.
Pretty much every single one. They all have the same ending, same resolution. At the end, somebody that's a big part of the story dies.
Yeah, a lot of his crime. See, the thing is, a lot of his crime movies are good. Goodfellas is great.
Yeah.
But the movies, like, when you think of Martin Scorsese, that's one of the first things you think about. And like his movies are great, but they're just,
you don't know a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're like a movie person like you.
Yeah, well, I
only know a few Scorsese movies.
I think he has the issue that Steven Spielberg... Okay, like Steven Spielberg, the thing I like about Steven Spielberg and the type of director that I aspire to be is having there's a lot of variety in his filmography. Mm. Because, like, a great example, Schindler's List and Jurassic Park came out in the same year.
Schindler's List is a great movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I have not seen that. Saving Private Ryan is fantastic.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump, it's really good. I wouldn't say it's one of the best movies. It's very, like,
I do like Forrest Gump, though.
It's very Oscar Brady. Yes. Toy Story. The first Toy Story.
Yeah. 3 is my least favorite.
That is my favorite.
Really?
I think 1 is probably...
I don't like 2. The only good part about Toy Story 2 was the chicken dude. and Prospector Pete. Stinky Pete.
Yeah. I don't... a lot of Pixar movies... Pixar has some great movies, like... I don't think Up is that great of a movie.
I like Up.
I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't like Cars.
No, Cars is boring. Cars, the only reason I like Cars...
the first Incredibles.
I like it. I don't
like Finding Nemo.
I love Finding Nemo.
It's never been my favorite. Because it takes too long to get to the climax. Or, I mean, not the climax. The
point?
The start of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I feel like Finding Nemo is probably the most Disney Pixar got until it got bought by Disney. Mm-hmm. Also, Pixar movies now are just rough. Like, honestly...
Steve Jobs made Pixar.
Yeah, that's right.
And the iPhone.
And the Macintosh.
And the iPad. Wow. Imagine your childhood without one of those. Right. Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Thanks, Samsung, for the tablet that you sent our family for free because the government said so. That never happened. The government wouldn't send out Samsung tablets. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Especially because of how much they cost.
That's exactly what I was getting at. You just read my mind, buddy. Yeah, but like when it comes to greatest movies of all time, back to that. Like,
Yeah.
Godfather's definitely top 5. I don't know where I'd place it. Of all time.
Bronx New Grove.
If you had to choose movies that defined importance in cinema, it would be like
Goofy movie.
live action. Because if you did animation, like, okay, realistically, I know you're joking.
Goofy movie on ice.
Yeah, it'd be like realistically, there are some really important animated movies like Toy Story,
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and the Beast.
Snow White was one of the most important.
I think that was the first.
That's why it was so important.
Yeah,
And-
Spider-Verse is the first one.
Yeah.
That's a very important movie considering. Look at all the movies like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Puss in Boots: Last Wish. I want to see the Teenage Mutant TMNT.
They made it sound like I know all the actors, but I don't. I only know one, and it's the guy who plays Gumball, and that's it.
Yeah, but I like that.
And Jackie Chan.
Giancarlo Esposito's coming back. That's Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
As what?
Huh?
He's coming back as what?
A bug guy, I think.
In
The new one that just came out.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Pulp Fiction, definitely one of the best movies. Though I wouldn't say it's one of the best. Okay, I don't like. Though I think it's one of the best. I don't think it would be on our list. Reservoir Dogs.
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
I
I think it might be on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that long. It's an hour and a half.
like Django.
Yeah, that's one of the best movies of all time. I think. I don't know if I like when I was trying to do my ranking, I was trying to put together like a favorite movies ranking, and I don't know if I can put. I don't know where Django places. I don't know if I haven't watched in a few years, but I don't know if I think it's a better movie than The Godfather.
I wouldn't say so. Because, like, The Godfather, I only say that because The Godfather is, like, one of the most important movies of all time.
Yeah,
It reached
the only
boundaries that haven't been reached since the time that it came. Like I'd say.
Yeah,
so, you know?
My dad was talking about how like movies get different like reactions over time because of when it came out. But he said that's because you didn't see it when he came out. Personally, just because I wasn't there in 1972 doesn't give the movie the right to be boring or bad. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's boring.
And I also think there's a lot of movies that are sort of filler movies to where it's supposed to be watched as a background thing.
Yeah, I think, like, honestly, Casablanca. I don't think I could sit through Casablanca. Probably.
I don't know who could.
Yeah, film class.
Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Based the Magnificent Seven off of that, I think. You know that?
Yeah.
Movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Kurosawa. Yeah, it's just, it's just such an important movie.
Yeah, a lot of movies inspire.
Yeah,
great movies.
Yeah, I really like the continuity between all the movies because, like, especially between 1 and 2, you were wearing a different shirt before this,
And now I'm wearing a different shirt.
Yeah,
and it's an hour later.
Yeah, it's it's an hour later because we took a break. We were recording the whole time.
Yeah,
we took a break
because it's hot.
Yeah, but though we didn't really talk about The Godfather. This was a weird occasion to start off with, mainly because The Godfather is such a classic and talked about movie.
That it correlates with a ton of other movies, too.
Yeah, like, it's just, there's so much to be said, but we don't want to rehash that, and we've already pretty much said everything we thought. We both think it's a great movie, and since there's not, like, I don't know, like, there are other movies that are easier to talk about. This was so difficult to talk about. It's like the Star Wars prequels. Those movies are very difficult to talk about because everything has been said.
Yeah.
So
already.
Yeah. So moral of the story, Godfather's great. Continuity matters.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. It's on Paramount Plus right now, but my Paramount Plus app doesn't work. Did you watch it on Paramount Plus?
Voodoo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My Paramount Plus app. I have a Fire Stick at home. Does not open. It freezes on like the little mountain.
L.
But yeah. I watched the
Here,
second one on Blu-ray.
Take it. Oh, you took the L.
Boom.
Do the Fortnite dance.
No.
You almost did it.
I almost did.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's. Would you say that's about it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
So this is a lot less structured than I was expecting it to be. I don't know if I want to do a rating system for this. 'Cause we're just talking about movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, it's a 9.5. I wouldn't say it's 10 out of 10. I don't know why. I just haven't seen it enough to feel a confident 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Well, I've seen it a lot. I'd say 9.8.
Okay.
Almost,
That rounds up to a 10 out
almost
of 10.
perfect.
Yeah, 9.5. I still round up to a 5 out of 5. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, go watch it. This also, I don't know if I already said this. This is not my setup. This is his setup. And so
You
the
won't
next
be seeing
episode.
me again. Maybe.
Oh, am I gonna kill you? Like, what's gonna? What? All right. But yeah. Expect a lot less nicer audio. Next time in just a different setting.
Yeah.
Don't agree. It make me feel good about myself. No,
Expect better audio than you'll hear with a $4,000 mic.
Yeah.
$400 mic, along with a $100 suppressor, and $50 of cables, along with $800 of equipment.
That's too much money, bro. Well, it's weird to wrap this up because it's not really like a confident way to do it, but bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Ah, yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is that this is going to be on my main channel, and I don't want to say main channel because I don't think I have a subsequent channel. But if there is something, like, I think I might throw this on another channel in case it becomes a thing, but I'll just have this backup. I think I should just throw this on Spotify, Anchor, just,
Yeah.
you know, so it's already there. Yeah, so the Silverscreen Cafe, if this does well, then I'm still going to do it. But, like, if this does well, that's great. Thank you all so much for watching or listening. And yeah, that'll be all.
Gravy train, choo choo.
Yeah, choo choo. Now get out of the cafe.
It's my room.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that because we're filming this in your home where my wife sleeps, where my kids play with their toys.
You know what?
Did you make that noise?
Yeah.
I knew it was you.
What?
It was
Instead of
always
jumping to
you.
conclusions, you can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? You know what? If you're gonna continue to act this way, I'll make you an offer I can't refuse. So you come to me on the day of my recording, and you ask. We've been friends for many years, and you asked me for help. Wait, and now you
Don't even invite me over for some coffee.
You don't even invite me over for some coffee. You don't even invite me over for some coffee.
How's that justice? Your daughter lives.
Now we gotta skedaddle. Thanks for coming to Silverscreen Cafe. Yeah, that was...
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. No. Toodles! It's a pocket. That feels weird. Au revoir.
Should I say toodles at the same time?
Sure.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Toodles! I said toodles. All right.